This evening, we told you about Juneteenth trailblazers who started a race to freedom, but are passing the baton for others to finish. One man who has always been focused on creating systems and solutions that work for the most vulnerable people in our society is joining us now. We have Lieutenant Governor Garlin Gilchrist. How are you?
I'm doing great. Good to see you again.
Yeah, great to see you again. Thanks for joining us here in studio. But I wanted to ask you, as we approach Juneteenth, I know it is your daughter's birthday.
Yes.
But tell us why this day is so significant to you personally.
I mean, first of all, Juneteenth is literally about freedom, but what it's about is about people understanding that they have freedom. You know, I'm a believer that people are powerful. You just have to remind them they have power and let them know how to use it. I also think the people are free in this country. That's what the law says, but we have to make sure that people understand that and can experience it. And Juneteenth is the clearest illustration of that we have in our history. I'm really glad that we now celebrate it formally, that all of us, that the entire country is now welcomed into this Black experience of celebrating Juneteenth. And I think that's a good thing. And frankly, at this moment in time, it's something that we need to remember, that we all have freedom, that we all have power, and we have to protect and use both.
That's right. I think sometimes it's that reminder that we need.
That's right.
But why is it more significant now, especially as we see those rollbacks on DEI and rights and those freedoms? It is that we fought for.
I mean, first of all, what I think about in this moment where there have been just direct assaults on the success of women, on the success of Black people in this country, on the success of immigrants, America should be about people aspiring towards success, aspiring toward being their best. And the programs that have been set up to support people's success have been about making sure those pathways are clear and present and accessible to everyone.
Now, I know right now you're preparing to leave office, but are there any accomplishments that you are incredibly proud of when you look back at the time that you've been there?
I mean, I'm really proud of the work that Governor Whitmer and I have been able to do together. I mean, there are a lot of more people in Michigan who are positioned to be successful now. People have more money in their pockets, you know, whether it's the things we've done to give a tax break to working families, to our working families tax credit, you know, about 750,000 households in Michigan. Half the kids in the state of Michigan got an average of $3,500 back on their taxes starting last year, and it's happening now every year. All of our retirees now have more money in their pockets, and at a time when stuff is still so expensive, you know, that you get your full retirement and don't have taxes taken out of it the way that, you know, Republicans did to us, you know, 15 years ago. That really is something important and special. So I'm proud of that. I'm proud of also just making sure that more people have access to affordable housing now, because we've built more homes in the last 3 years than we had in the last, you know, several decades in the state of Michigan, because I was able to unlock some resources to do that and make it possible. So putting money in people's pockets, make sure people have a safe and stable and affordable place to live. I'm proud of that foundation that I've helped to lay here, and I think it's going to be important going forward.
That's right. You've laid an incredible foundation with your time in office. And now that we know so much about you from the past, we've learned about the present, I want to ask you more about the future. The special is called Unity in the Community. So in what ways do you want to see not only Lansing, but all of Michigan lead with unity?
Look, we all are connected. In order for the state of Michigan to be as successful as it possibly can be, all of our communities and all of our people have to realize their full potential. They all require investment and attention. And so when I think of unity, being unified means that we understand, welcome, and we walk forward together with everyone, one another. And so I think in this Juneteenth season for 2025, we should remember that we all have a role to play in the future, and that we should reject any visions of the future that are so small that they don't include everybody. They don't include everyone based on their race, ethnicity, or based on their sexual orientation or gender expression, or based on their age, or based on any other things that people have discriminated folks against historically. So we have an opportunity to walk forward in the kind of unity that I think makes sure that we can all, you know, do our best going forward. And frankly, that's what I take inspiration from every day.
That's right, walking forward in unity. Thank you so much for joining us in studio today.
Thank you. Happy Juneteenth.
And thank you for joining us this evening, everybody. Have a safe and happy holiday. Happy Juneteenth.